Hello to my Aquarius. This is Queen Amon Ra coming to you with your general reading. This is a general reading. General reading. I got to put it on echo. Make sure we understand this is a general reading. So take only what resonates with you. This is going to take us out for the next 7 days. It's going to actually put us right there at the new moon in Sagittarius that we have coming up, right? So this is an awakening reading, awakening the visionary, rewriting the future, reclaiming your power, okay? Reclaiming your power, reclaiming your power. Reclaiming your power. You're just reclaiming your power. So sending out lots of love and light to everybody wherever you are on planet Earth. Wherever you are on planet Earth. Sending you all lots of love and light. All right. I've already prayed over your cards. Already asked Source for complete and total clarity. This is a general reading. Again, I got to say that because I want people to just take only what resonates with you. All right. If you're interested in a personal reading, I'm doing donation readings. So you can go to my website and see what that is. And we're going to dive right in. We're going to dive right in. You all were born stars. We are not talking about famous. When I say stars on my channel, I'm talking about 11th house. You all rule 11th house. Every zodiac sign rules a house. And you rule 11th house, right? Right. You all are ruled by, both of your ruling planets, by the way, are retrograde. Saturn is retrograde until November 28th. You want to put that in your calendar. Saturn is a social planet, the principle of contraction, structure, and boundaries. And Uranus is a collective planet, the force of enlightenment and sudden change, okay? So something is going to happen for you suddenly, like doors are going to swing wide open for you all suddenly. And the reason why I like to talk about birth charts and slowing down when, especially when your planets go retrograde, whatever zodiac sign, but since we're talking about Aquarius, you're ruled by two planets, two generational planets. Slow down when your planets go retrograde, or are retrograde, not go, but when they are retrograde, because you want to know the importance of your planets being retrograde. You may feel like all of a sudden things are happening for you because you're learning about retrograde, right? But it's not all of a sudden. Usually when your planets were retrograde in the past, you may have been thinking about something else. Oh, you know what? I can easily go think about something else. You weren't even thinking about your star. Your 11th house speaks to friends and community, right? So you all are just wired that way. You're wired to just, like I said, you're humanitarians, right? So you weren't even really thinking about, okay, this is just normal for you to do community activities, be a team player, right? You shine in dark spaces. You just go find some volunteer effort to do, right? That's just who you are. You're wired. You're no respecter of person, right? All right, let's get it. I accentuate the positives in myself and in others. All right, let's go. General reading, take only what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can go to my website. Overall energy here is your card. Your destiny. You are in perfect alignment this week, spiritually, mentally, and energetically. So inspiration flows effortlessly to you. So here's your affirmation. I embody divine clarity and inspired vision. Okay. And here you are. Heart energy. This is the Queen of Cups. Your emotional intuition is awakened. Trust your gut. It is speaking louder than logic. Right. So an affirmation for you is my heart is a sacred compass guiding me to truth. Guiding me to truth, right? So you're gaining some clarity about some things. This water is washing off this sword. Whenever I see the Ace of Swords, I always think about walnuts, right? So that could be something that stands out to you. Brain food, right? And so breakthrough thinking, a powerful idea or a solution arrives suddenly for you. So mind, body, spirit, like what you put in your body, your mind, your spirit, right? So inspired thoughts shape your reality. right? So you want to be clear-headed, clear-minded, what you're putting in your mind, your body, your spirit. You want to be really, really clear as to what, because you're so close to something. And so Five of Pentacles is like you only have lightning bolt ideas. Mercury is also retrograde until the 29th. So here's the thing. Mercury is retrograde until the 29th of November. Your other ruling planet, or your leading ruling planet, Saturn, which you share with Capricorn, is retrograde until the 28th of November. You want to write that down in your calendar, or at least go to the link for birth charts, which I have linked on my website, and download a retrograde calendar. So what are you healing? Feelings of isolation or lack fade. So you're reconnecting with abundance and community. So an affirmation for you there could be, I am supported, seen, and never alone. Right? So I don't know if you've been feeling like you not supported, if you're not seen, if you've been feeling alone, or other people. This is really as a matter of perspective. Right? If other people feel like they haven't been seen, if they feel like they're alone. So this is a matter of perspective. Either people feel like they're been closed out of your life, or you may feel like you've been closed out of other people's lives. I don't really know which side of the door you're on, but you hold the key, and you're teaching other people that they hold the key, right? So walnuts could be of significance to somebody. I don't know if people have nut allergies or something for you. You're eating some kind of brain food. That's going to be really important, okay? Somebody could also be suffering from, not really suffering, but you could have imposter syndrome. So not suffering, but you could have imposter syndrome, right? What to release? Release self-doubt, imposter syndrome, and the fear of being misunderstood, right? You are a star. You rule 11th house. A lot of things that you've already done in darkness, like basically meaning that you've done things that people don't even know about. Like you volunteered, you've served in spaces that people don't even know where you've served. Like you just being an Aquarius. In other words, you've already done things that people don't even know that you've done. Just yeah. People like, oh wow, that's your mom, that's your dad, that's your sibling, that's your. People like, oh, I had no idea. What? Yeah. People connecting the dots, right? Anyway, so like I said, I'm saying some kind of breakthrough here, for you all, because people are connecting the dots, like connecting you with, but in a good way, because you've done some things, you've made deposits into the universe bank that's coming back with interest for you all. So some doors are swinging wide open for you all because of some things that you've already done without even thinking. Right? So this is where you accept your flowers. This is where you accept your flowers, but you got to slow down to receive your flowers, right? Source is putting you in a softer light, the softer life. So learn how to receive your flowers, because you've already done some things, Oh, I didn't even make the connection there. I had no idea. Oh, you're related to someone. What? I had no idea. Right? Good for you. So, what to embrace is the Fool card. This is what you want to embrace, is the Fool card. New beginnings, leaps of faith, and bold choices. So here's an affirmation for you. I trust the journey ahead and follow divine nudges. In other words, it's real easy for an Aquarius to kind of sort of step aside and give other people the spotlight, because you all volunteer so freely and so effortlessly that, like, let's say, for instance, unless you've had some major platform where you're known all around the world, which now today with the internet, it's kind of hard not to be known worldwide because of the internet. But let's say, for instance, this was many years ago where you were on television, where you would have to have connections with major networks and things like that. But now, World Wide Web, you got YouTube, you got, platforms like YouTube and other social media sites. And this, again, Mercury, form of communication. This is why it's important to slow down and connect, right? People are making the connection of who's connected to whom, right? who's related to whom, who's connected to whom, those kind of things, right? So you're embracing the fact that you put you're not an imposter. You know who you are. You know who you are. So you're embracing the fact that you left behind a lot of distractions. You embrace that, right? But it's also not only opening doors for you, but it's opening doors for other people. It's opening doors for other people, right? Here's a hidden gift for you, right? 9 of Pentacles, right? 9 of Pentacles. Well, 9 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles, actually, right? Hidden gifts. 9 of Pentacles, self-sufficiency, success, independence here is deepened. So a reward or financial gain is possible. So affirmation for you is I flourish through my unique brilliance, right? Spiritual guidance is High Priestess gifts here that you have here. So your psychic sense is heightened this week. So dreams, synchronicities, and signs guide you. An affirmation for you is I listen deeply to the whispers of my higher self. And the external influences is 3 of Wands here. This, again, is a matter of perspective, just like this 5 of Pentacles is a matter of perspective. People want to be kept in the loop. Here's the thing about the 3 and the 5 of Pentacles here. Again, a matter of perspective. You taking a leap of faith. See how this person right here just taking a leap of faith. Some people could think that you're talking about them behind their backs, right? Let me give somebody an example of something I was watching that had me cracking up laughing. Because I found so many relatable things. As every human could find something relatable this is why I talk about like my setup and my table was different in the past. For those of you all who've been with me from the beginning, you would usually see like a book in the background, right? So usually if I say, hey, you should read this book or you should connect with, people of your zodiac sign, if you're looking for like your 10th house, especially since you all rule 11th house, your 10th house would be stepping back to your 10th house, right? So you rule 11th, but stepping back to your 10th house, Capricorn rules 10th house, right? They're a very serious zodiac sign that's also ruled by Saturn, right? So I would say, maybe you connect with, you may not know some celebrities, and I use that word, because I think everybody is celebrated by somebody, but I'll use it just like the way some people use it, right? So read some books by some people, famous people. I'll just say famous people, right? And people, I don't idolize celebrities. That's not the way that I'm suggesting reading some of these books, right? I like to read all genres of books. I'm saying this because you'd be surprised at some of the things that their childhood stories, some of the things that they went through. So I was recently watching this movie about Eddie Murphy, right? Who I think he's like one of the funniest comedians, like probably one of my top 5 comedians. And I always thought he was just incredibly funny without even opening up his mouth. It's just like just oozing creativity, just funny. And I was watching and just so many moments in there. So that may be something that somebody connects with. And I'm looking at that. I say that because I'm looking at the Ace of Swords. I think he's in Aries, I believe. But Aries rules 8th house, right? So Source is saying to you, you're no longer going to do an injustice to yourself when people, and we're talking about, want to do a destiny swap with you because they don't know what you went through to protect behind closed doors. They don't know what you went through behind closed doors to protect your peace. Okay. And when people do things to try to make you look like a fool, they don't know what you went through, right? To try to protect you, to try to protect yourself, to try to protect your star, just to try to cut your star out of the sky. They're just assuming that you're intentionally being aloof when actually you're this card right here, which is Uranus. Uranus, like I said before, is a collective planet. Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are collective planets. They're outer planets, and Uranus is a cold planet. You're not intentionally being cold. It's you, like I said, you're a fixed sign, and you're like Pluto is a judgment card. Neptune is a dream state card, right? And then Uranus is an innovative card. So it's easy for you all to go back into, okay, you can be innovative and start thinking, okay, let me just go and volunteer. Let me go and focus on a higher plane, right? Let me go focus on this right here. Let me go serve in some capacity, right? So people could think you just being cold when really you're just saying, yeah, let me just go serve. So they're not trying to find out why you are the way that you are. It's just really about, okay, humiliation, okay, right? This is copying something, right? Water is reflective. So that's why some people get shut out, because they go right to the low vibration and showing that they're an open enemy to you, right? So there's two sides of the sword here. You're not trying to be someone else, right? This would be the Eight of Swords, right? But your shut-off point should be when someone is disrespectful to you. That should be your shut-off point. Or where you have to enforce a boundary. Boundary is Saturn. Saturn is a boundary planet, right? It's a social planet. So when you're socializing with someone and somebody feels comfortable with being disrespectful to you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, that's where and that's your definition of being, whatever your definition of being disrespectful is, that's where you say, okay, you know what? We can cut the socializing, right? So whatever that means for you all. But anyway, the outcome for you is, well, here's the external influences here. It's Three of Wands here, right? So one, I mentioned the movie because you're High Priestess energy here, right? You're High Priestess energy here, right? So this is, you're listening. This is the spiritual guidance here. Your psychic senses heightened this week. Dreams, synchronicities, and signs guide you. You can see anything from, where's this card right here? This bird, ravens. You can see the ravens, you know, those shiny black birds. You can see that, which also has a spiritual symbolism. You can remember seeing those. So if you happen to see them, look it up. You got a minute, look it up on your cell phone. What's the spiritual symbolism of those? Just start typing it out, right? You see them again here. You see them again here, right? Somebody could have cut themselves right off from having access to what's going on in your life just by the way they talk to you, just by the fact that they recorded conversation. They could have cut themselves off from having access to you. It could have been a number of things that sent you to a higher frequency, like because they didn't ask for permission. They just assumed certain things, right? Anything, right? So anyway, external influences of Three of Wands. This right here, again, is a matter of perspective, right? Opportunities are expanding. Someone may offer collaboration, travel, or future growth. Here's an affirmation for you. The universe opens new doors for me now, right? So you have somebody is right, like on the cusp of something really big happening for you, something that you prayed about. And as right now, a lot of things are coming to mind. It's like when people like were right there at that door of like about to open, like the doors flying off the hinges of the things that you prayed for happening for you. And it's like you could just reach up and grab it like this. You could just reach right up and grab it. And then you have to, this is not everybody, right? There are going to be some people who are really going to think that they're going to think that you're talking about them because they don't have any access to you anymore. It really is about overstepping a boundary. And that's it. That's really, I mean, when it really gets down to the nuts and bolts of it, is asking a simple question. Do you mind if I record? Do you mind if I take a picture? Do you mind if I let someone into your home? I mean, do you mind if I bring some friends over? Do you mind if I bring this person? Like, I heard this comedian recently mention something about picking people up. Like, somebody said, hey, can you come pick me up from somewhere? And when that comedian got there, somebody had other people, and that comedian said, I don't know them. You asked me to come pick you up. You didn't ask me to come pick y'all up, right? So I totally agree with that, right? It's just a matter of being respectful, just like people would expect stars to be respectful of whatever it is, like not crossing a boundary. It's just a matter of just respect. I can't even tell y'all how many times I've met famous people and you haven't seen me. I'm trying to think. Have I ever shared any pictures of anybody online? It would be very rare. Rare. I mean, super rare. I can't say never, but it would be rare. It would be very, very rare, right? Just out of respect for them. Rare, very rare. As I was watching, this, I want to say it's on Netflix. It's I think it's called Being Eddie, but like Eddie Murphy's story. And he was talking about this famous person. And I remember meeting that famous person, one time. And that's all I'll say about that. I never met Eddie Murphy, by the way, but the person that he was talking about, I met that person. So, but that was that. So I just, like I said, don't overstep boundaries with just people. So, just respectful of that. So the outcome for you is the Magician. You manifest something major this week, a goal, a mindset, or a transformation. An affirmation for you is I'm a powerful creator of my reality, a powerful creator of my reality. Because I just see people as just being people, right? And then they have boundaries too. They have lives too. Something for you is you could just reach up and grab it. And so some people, like I said before, like I said, you just never know what people are going through. So anyway, you're right on the cusp of possibly getting the keys to something for some of you all. You could be getting the keys to something major. You could have prayed for something. You could be getting the keys to something big. So continue accentuating the positive in yourself and in others. You are a star. And I'm seeing a breakthrough for you all. And so good. Inner power. So give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. Right? All right, dreams. You had a dream about something. So make sure you journal it. Whatever you had a dream about, make sure you journal it. Somebody could have had a copycat energy in your energy. Somebody could have wanted to copy your life. Again, a destiny swap. You could have had a dream about something. And this time, because your Chiron, because you worked on your Chiron, whatever your Chiron is, and you do need your time of birth for your Chiron, by the way. But if you don't have your time of birth, I have to reemphasize this. For people who are coming back and people who are new. If you're new, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. But if you don't have your time of birth, please don't think that that's odd, because a lot of people do home births. A lot of people live in parts of the world where you don't, where the time is not recorded. So it's not unusual, okay? But your Chiron actually is the bridging of the social and collective planets, right? And with the social planet Saturn, even though Saturn is a generational planet, it's a very serious traditional planet. Something traditional could have been happening in your family where still a boundary was crossed, a line was crossed in your family. Your Chiron, like I said, could have connected something, could have bridged something, right? Well, a line was crossed, right? Where a line was crossed, something very low vibrational, where it showed an open enemy to something of someone you would have had their back, but a line was crossed. A line was crossed. So make sure you record your dreams. It could have made somebody feel really, really, really low, right? But your dreams are going to be the key, and that's Mercury. That is Mercury giving you some kind of a download. But it almost drove somebody crazy. Not you. It could have driven somebody else almost crazy, right? And it could have driven almost 3 people crazy. But one person in particular felt like they were just shut out of everything, made to feel worthless, right? So, but for you, like I said, your star is shining brighter than ever. So stay focused. Stay focused. Make sure you journal. Something absolutely was done to try to make you look like a fool. But like I said, you rose like the phoenix from the ashes. So some energies will think that you're talking about them behind their back. They shouldn't flatter themselves. Yep. So third eye chakra. You can say that again and again and again. This is a third eye oil here, right? Thank you all for those of you who have been sending me so many compliments about that oil. I make it very special in a very special way. Make sure you record your dreams. This is why I talk about planets being retrograde, because you want to slow down. You don't want to be off where your mind is thinking about something so much so to the point where you're just kind of off, kind of trying to figure other stuff out. So, death is involved in something here. Yeah. Death is involved in something. Whenever you see ravens here, see this raven with this mouth open like walk, whatever sound they make, y'all. Look, whenever you see it, it's a voice from the other side. It's a voice from the other side. So if you see them while you're out and about on your journey, you could be traveling, could be, I talk to so many of you all for so many different things. You want to sit down for a second and just, put it on your calendar. I saw, a pigeon or a raven, or because I'm seeing this right here on this card. But something made somebody feel real bad for a long time. It's almost like you couldn't figure something out, and it could make other people feel bad, right? And so, but yeah, I don't feel like you feel bad about anything. But you probably like whatever. So, but so your energy is very magnetic. I see you living a soft life. Looking at your cards here, I see you living a softer life. I see you living a softer life. But you absolutely had a copycat energy in your path here, that you're cutting some people off. You're cutting some people off. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, because they were open enemies. Yeah, they were opening. And again, it's not everybody. It's just not everybody. Okay, so we're just so we're crystal clear, it's not everybody. So, the source will be very clear about who these energies are. But anyway, that's a funny movie. I mean, like it's kind of just kind of like going through his life. So that could be. There's like one part of the movie where he was like, wow, I've done a lot. Like I didn't even realize I've done a lot. And then it's nice that his peers were just like speaking on all the things that he had done in his life. Just like, wow, sometimes you look back and you realize, okay, you did this and this and this and that. And so, and here he was getting his flowers from his peers saying that he opened doors for, them. He did some things to open doors for him, for them. I feel like this number 7 right here speaks to the Justice card. some people had to actually speak on your behalf, really to show you some things, to really just tell you, to show you in the spiritual realm, because through astral projection, to go ahead and cut these energies off through astral projection, because this is what they did. Here you are doing something to try to open some doors for some people, and this is what they did through astral projection. So there it is. You did something. Here you are, no respecter of person, and these are family members, these are loved ones. This is not strangers. They're gonna think that you're talking about them behind their back. And again, this is a general reading. Take only what resonates with you. But you try to open some doors, and the only way that people could get through to you all, Aquarius, is through astral projection, through your dream state for some of you all. But all you had to do, because you had to do your part too, you had to slow down while your ruling planets were retrograde, right? This is why I talk about slow down. Please slow down. Get your rest, balance it out. Drink your water. Some of you all started listening to water sounds when I was mentioning to listen to your water sounds, right? Some of you all said, okay, listening to your water sounds. Now Mercury is retrograde. This is the third time Mercury went retrograde this year, right? Now the messages are loud and clear. So you're getting keys to something. You're getting keys to something. It could be in the physical sense or, in the spiritual sense. But nevertheless, you're a high priestess. You're a high priestess. So you've taken a leap of faith. And something big is happening for you all. So congratulations to whoever you are. I don't know who you are, but congratulations to you. But yeah, something's been going on for a long time. And you took a leap of faith. You took a leap of faith to try to broaden the horizons for some family or friends. And what got exposed was open enemies. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. All right. So let me give you all some suggestions for candles. Let me give you some suggestions for gemstones, and also some suggestions for herbs as well as some affirmations for those of you all who want to write these down. Okay. Again, it's not everybody. It's not everybody. There will be some people that's going behind. There's going to be some people that's going to be going with you. Okay. So you have to decide that through your prayer, meditation, clarity, and all that other stuff. But here we go. So blue candles, silver, or white. I sell all of those. So for blue candles, you're going to be using 2 candles this week, right? Blue candles actually enhance intuition, opens the throat chakra, and also strengthen clarity. Silver or white candles connects to higher guidance, invokes divine protection, and also clears stagnant energy. So you want to light them together on, or whenever you begin your reading. As they burn, you want to step into, you can say, I step into my highest frequency and activate my visionary gifts. Gemstones that you can use, and I also sell gemstones and crystals, are amethyst, labradorite, sodalite, and clear quartz. Amethyst actually heightens intuition and spiritual messages. Labradorite actually is breakthrough, insight, psychic protection. Sodalite actually mental clarity, truth, and expression. And so the clear quartz amplifies manifestation. How you use them, you can place them around your candle or sleep with an amethyst under your pillow for intuitive dreams. Okay. Herbs or oil for aroma, the aroma for you all. Mugwort actually enhances dreams or psychic visions. Lavender calms mental chatter. Lemongrass, y'all know the lemongrass tea that y'all may have, or like peppermint. So lemongrass clears energy and sharpens intuition. Peppermint, y'all know the peppermint tea that you drink, boosts mental focus and inspiration. So a tip for you could brew lavender plus lemongrass as tea while journaling your intentions. Here's 5 affirmations I created for you all. The first one is, I trust my visions and follow divine innovation. Number 2 is, my intuition is clear, strong, and accurate. Number 3 is, I release all limitations and rise into my brilliance. Number 4 is, the universe supports my boldest dreams. And number 5 is, my energy is aligned with abundance, clarity, and truth. Okay. Yeah. So, somebody was told to do something, and if it made them feel worthless, it made them feel horrible. But I'm gonna just leave it there. I'll just leave it there. But it just showed some open enemies there. It showed some open enemies there. But somebody was bullied into doing something to you, but they will not be going to the other side. Yeah, you're just leaving them out of your life, completely leaving them. You're just completely cutting them off. And the reason why you're seeing ravens, because it also speaks to death. Like the cycle is closed, but you're closing out the cycle in love. It's over. It's just a wrap. You are star, and you're getting your flowers. And like I said, something is you reaching up and grabbing it, right? And so, yeah, everybody that you're on your path, to being a star won't be allowed to go for various reasons. Again, the more you learn how to slow down, especially when your planet is retrograde, obviously the sun and the moon never go retrograde. That's Leos are ruled by the sun, Cancers are ruled by the moon. But when your planet is retrograde, the more you discipline yourself to slow down when your planet goes retrograde, because the planets don't move backwards and they don't move retrograde, but you need to slow down and just slow down. Learn about it. I put a whole series on my second channel, the knowledge channel, to learn about it. Birth charts, retrograde, all of that. When you slow down, that's when you say, okay, I can pay attention to something. You have a lot of inner strength, right? So, all right. That is what I have for you. So some cycles have already closed and something is over. So some energies, like I said before, is something you just reaching up and grabbing. So source has balanced some things out. Something is part of their legacy. It's not a part of yours, and you're moving on. So I feel like, Anyway, this is a general reading. Take only what resonates with you. If you want a personal reading, go to my website, queenamunra.com. I'll just leave it.